This week's guest reader is Miss Angela Mullinax, first grade teacher. Miss Mullinax's personality and love for children is simply contagious. We hope that you enjoyed this week's story.
Hello, Fred L. Wilson boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Mullinax and I teach first grade dual language. Today I would like to read you a book from Australia called Koala Lou. It is written by Mem Fox and illustrated by Pamela Lofts. In this story, Koala Lou loves to hear her mom say, "I love you." As we read the story, Koala Lou's mom gets very busy during the day. And so Koala Lou tries to find ways to have her mom tell her more that she loves her. So we're going to enjoy a story from Australia because in first grade dual language, we study and learn all about Oceania and Australia. Let's read this book to find out all about Koala Lou. There once was a baby koala, so soft and round that all who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. The emu loved her, the platypus loved her, and even tough little koala Claus next door loved her. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun, or climbed a gum tree, or bravely went down the path all by herself, her mother would smile and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala Lou. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her, although of course she did. Every night as she curled up under the stars, Koala Lou thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you." And she longed for her mother to say it again. One night, Koala Lou had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics. She would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win. And her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Koala Lou began her training right away. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a branch with one claw at a time till she ached. She did push-ups till her stomach hurt. And last of all, she climbed the tallest tree that she could find over and over and over again. Here you can see Koala Lou. She's wearing tennis shoes. So she's training for the Olympics. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, "How you going, Blossom?" "Fine, just fine," Koala Lou would reply. At last, the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing event, and everyone knew how fast she was. Here you can see Koala Claus. If you remember from the beginning of the story, this was Koala Lou's neighbor, and she's really good at climbing gum trees. So let's find out what happens. Koala Lou saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her mother saying again, "Koala Lou, I do love you," and her heart filled with hope. It was Koala Claus who went first. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 meters in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered and wildly waved their hats. Can I do better than that? Koala Lou wondered. I must. As she stepped toward the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. On your mark, said the kookaburra. Get set, go! Koala Lou leaped onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster, until there she was, right at the very top. The spectators roared and clapped and stomped their feet. But she wasn't fast enough. In spite of all her training and all her hoping, it was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climbing contest. Koala Lou came in second. Koala Lou went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics and cried her heart out. When the first stars of evening appeared in the sky, Koala Lou crept home through the dark and up into the gum tree. Her mother was waiting for her, and before she could even say a word, her mother flung her arms around her neck and said, Koala Lou, I do love you. I always have and I always will. And she hugged her for a very long time. The end. Thank you for spending some time with me today and reading one of my favorite stories, Koala Lou.
Thank you for tuning in to our weekly Read Alouds. We invite you to subscribe to our Fredo Wilson YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We look forward to having you for our next Read Aloud.